Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and we're talking about Halo Infinite again because, unfortunately, I feel like 343 hasn't been talking about it enough. I feel like they have been kind of open with us, but it's only started doing that recently. It's only been in the last month that they've finally given us at least some sort of roadmap, a very vague roadmap of what is to come in the future of a rapidly failing game. Now, I'm saying that 343 is murdering Halo Infinite because that's what it feels like. It feels like they are just stuffing it into the corner. They're silencing it. They are not promoting it. There's nothing exciting about this game. It doesn't seem like that fanfare that they initially had was utilized properly, and they let the hype die. And not only did they just let it die, I feel like they actively killed it with their lack of communication, lack of a roadmap in the very beginning, and lack of content at the beginning. And let's discuss exactly what's happened in the past 2 months between my last video and this video. Well, the Cyber Showdown event ended, which had pretty terrible looking accessories, and I was kind of excited about it back then just because it was something to do in the game, because it felt like there's not much, and they again hadn't announced any new maps. They still haven't come out with any new maps. They just started a new event called the Tactical Ops event, which I haven't played any. It started March 8th, but I don't care. I haven't played the game, and I still don't feel any inclination to do so. And since the last time I told you guys about the population, it has dropped another 50%. Yeah, the last time I think I said it was like 22,000 at peak. Now we're at about almost 12,000. Just barely. I think it was like, it was in the 20-ish range of where it was before at the peak 24-hour point. And now, yeah, it is half because it is bleeding players because there's just no reason to keep playing it. There are so many other first-person shooters out there. There are so many other live service games out there that have so much more content, so much more communication, so much more for players to be excited about, that there isn't enough reason to come back to Halo Infinite, and that's just not cutting it nowadays. Now the thing is, they finally come out with at least a decent chunk of future content in a post that came out about 11 days ago as of the filming of this video. So let's go ahead and discuss what's there to look forward to in Halo Infinite, and if it's going to be enough to keep people. They announced that during Season 2 that there'd be 2 new maps, one for Big Team Battle called Breaker, and the other one for the arena called Catalyst. Now, that's just 2 maps. Would have been nice to hear about more, but I guess 2 new maps is better than no new maps. They're also bringing new modes such as Free-for-All, King of the Hill, and Land Grab. They also announced that co-op would be delayed. That's right, campaign co-op, which a lot of people, including myself, have been waiting for, has been delayed again to some undetermined date during Season 2, which again is probably another reason why we're seeing that player count hemorrhage. People like myself have played every single Halo game campaign co-op, and I'm not going to make this one any different. They also stated that they're going to be working on a new progression system, and that they'd finally start keeping track of your games via the Spartan career. Now you might be wondering why I'm saying that 343 is killing Halo Infinite when there's all of this stuff coming out. They're giving us updates. You know, Forge is coming, co-op is coming, but that's the thing. These are things that should have been in the game already. 90% of what I read off should have been in the game at launch, and is simply just a reactionary thing. Like, progression system? Really? You couldn't have had a real progression system in the game at launch? You couldn't have kept track of our kill-death ratio? That's like when the new Battlefield came out and didn't have a scoreboard, and then now they're adding it in like it's a new feature. It's not a new feature, it's something that should have been there already. I'm not excited about Free-for-All and King of the Hill coming. It should have been in there already. These are modes that have been in every single Halo so far, so why were they missing in this one? I don't understand. Halo Infinite's supposed to be the Halo game. It's supposed to be the game that sticks around infinitely. At least that's what I'm getting from what they're showing with this game. It's supposed to be a live service game. It's free to play. It has all the trappings of every single live service game out there. mostly the bad bits, but it's supposed to include the good bits too. The constant flow of content is what's supposed to come along with the constant flow of new microtransactions. I understand that it takes time to come out with new things, but releasing the game in the state that it was and pretending that updating the game to where it was supposed to be is something new doesn't cut it. 2 new maps in Season 2. That better not be the only 2 maps for the entire season, or we're just going to see that percentage keep going up of players leaving. And again, I know that this is only a Steam chart that we're looking at, and people are going to tell me, well, Fanta, there are people playing on the Xbox and people on the Microsoft Store. Yeah, but there are also a lot of people on Steam, and that's a giant chunk of the audience that's not playing the game. This is a multi-platform, cross-platform game that should have a huge audience on Xbox and Steam. And yet, for some reason, we're not seeing that. 343 has just neglected the hell out of this game, and I don't understand why. They're not working on anything else. This is the game. This is the game they were supposed to be focusing on and making amazing. This was supposed to be the end-all, be-all Halo games. It was supposed to redeem the last couple games that most people, including myself, found fairly disappointing. And even though it has done some new and interesting things, the fact that it was missing so many things from those old games is just unacceptable. And the fact that it's taken this long to finally get most of those features and game modes back, I mean, it's crazy to me that they thought this was a good idea, that they thought that this was an okay way to treat their product. And as a person who's been a huge Halo fan since the beginning, it's sad to see a massive franchise that had a ton of loyal supporters sit where it is today with the population that it has today. I'm hoping that this video will age like a fine milk, and that in the future, this is one of the best games out there, but from where I'm sitting, this game is just going to continue to die. My prediction is that Season 2 is not going to fix the game. We're going to see a slight bump because people want the new content, people are excited about the new armor, but that's about it. We're not going to see a lasting population increase. We're not going to see any lasting changes with this because with the flow of content we're seeing, it's not enough for nowadays, and it's not enough considering how much they're charging in the store. Which, by the way, another thing that they did was change the prices, and they acted like that was some huge thing that they did. Oh, don't worry, guys. We know that the prices were too high. That was our bad. We're so sorry. Learning experience. We've never made a video game before. We've lowered the prices. No, they just wanted to see how much they could get away with charging people, and they realized, oh, people aren't going to pay this much. And honestly, they still got a lot of people to buy a lot of those overpriced items, but they knew that they needed to get even more people to buy. They needed more profits, so they lowered the prices. It wasn't just an accident like they made it seem. It was experimentation. So I'm a lot less optimistic since my last Halo video. I still like Halo Infinite. I know a lot of people disagree with me. They don't like the gameplay. They don't like the movement. They don't like a lot of things about it, but I do. I really do. I'm not some hardcore crazy gamer. Maybe that's why. I just enjoy it for what it is. It's not perfect, but I find it interesting and different, and it feels like Halo to me. Unlike Halo 4 and 5 that just felt really strange. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, whether or not you're willing to wait for all these updates, or if you don't even care at this point, you're just going to wait for the game to be fully finished. You're going to wait for it to have all of its old game modes back. You're basically going to wait for the golden age to come to you, and you're not going to actually pay attention to the news. You're not actually going to play until the game is complete, including campaign co-op. Because if you're one of those people, I don't blame you, and I feel like I might be getting closer to that camp. I kept saying I'm going to keep playing this game. Well, about a month after making that video, I basically stopped because I just got bored, you know? It's just the same thing over and over and over without that addictive progression system that a lot of other first-person shooters have since Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3. Like the video if you guys liked it, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.